Well, today he confirmed there is going to be no launch exclusives. Yeah, listen to that exactly. There will be no launch exclusives for the Xbox Series X.
You are fake news.
So when this guy talks, it's very important to try and listen to what he's saying.
Alright, what's going on, guys? I was not planning on making a video on this topic originally, but you know, here I am because it is so dry out here, dude. Like, for the past 2 days, I have been looking for a topic to talk about, and I just can't find anything, man. So what I'm going to ask you guys to do is click the link in the description, join my Discord. There is a literal chat in there, or a channel, whatever the fuck you want to call it, called Video Suggestions. And if you find anything interesting that I should make a video on, please, for the love of God, link it there. I just cannot handle this drought, man. January is an awful month for YouTube as it is, and while this is not helping whatsoever, dude, I need to keep my chronic CSGO case opening addiction alive, okay? I need this ad revenue, dude. I mean, dude, I'm about at the point where I'm gonna start crying like Wings of Redemption if things don't get better here.
I really need to make this fucking money. I've wanted it so fucking bad. I just can't do it. I can't take this shit no more, man. All I wanted to do was, like, I was fucking lonely. I wanted to just fucking stream and have a good time, man. Have a good game. I hate my life.
If you guys don't want me to go through withdrawals of opening CSGO cases, please make sure to hit that like button. But anyway, you know, we're going to be talking about something that, honestly, I have no clue how this is a controversy, actually. Because when I first read the headline when this came out, I was like, oh, cool, that's pretty awesome of Microsoft to do. But apparently not, man, because, you know, we're dealing with YouTube.com here. Nothing can be as easy as it seems. Nothing can be good. You know, somebody out there, and in this case, most people out there, have to find a way to make it a negative. And honestly, it never just fails to amaze me how the gaming news channels on YouTube, which is why I hate covering gaming news topics, because I don't want to be clustered with that group of just fantastic people. I mean, honestly, dude, it's at that point where I honestly just get sick of talking about gaming at times. And well, this is one of those situations that just makes me hate the gaming news community even more, because apparently it is a negative thing that Microsoft came out and said that, hey, our games coming out from now until 2021 will be playable on both the Xbox One you already own and the new Xbox Series X console, because you know what, we understand that some people went out for Black Friday, they bought their first ever Xbox One console, and we don't want them to feel like we completely fucked them in the ass and they got ripped off. You know, God forbid Microsoft actually wants to do something pro-consumer. It's absolutely amazing, but you have gaming news channels out here acting like this is the fucking end of Xbox, dude. Like Microsoft is giving up, like Microsoft does not fucking care about the new Xbox consoles or Xbox in general, which that's the complete opposite of what you should be thinking. But anyway, you know, I just want to go to this clip real quick of my good friend Dreamcast guy, you know, the #1 source for gaming news on YouTube at this point. Like, this man never fails to make something entertaining, and well, let's just say he has a bit of nerd rage over fucking Microsoft allowing more people to play games like Halo Infinite, because God forbid that, you know, Microsoft might actually let people play a video game that they want people to go out and buy. I mean, it is a very, very novel concept here. Like, this guy is about to tell you that it is a bad thing for games to be not only playable on the Xbox Series X, but also on the Xbox One that you already own at this point. So you don't have to go buy the next generation consoles necessarily if you don't want to. I don't know how that's a negative. And he also says, like, oh, well, the games are also available on PC. And this dude is legit pissed off. Like, you can hear it in his voice. So, you know, let's just check out this clip real quick.
He said this: as our content comes out over the next year, 2 years, all of our games, sort of like PC, will play up and down the family of devices. Booty explains, we want to make sure that if someone invests in an Xbox between now and Series X, that they'll feel that they've made a good investment and that we're committed to them with content. Our approach is to pick 1 or 2 IPs that are going to be focused on to make sure that they're there for the launch of the console, taking advantage of all the features. And for us, that's going to be Halo Infinite, which is a big opportunity. It's the first time in 15 years that we'll have a Halo title available at launch in sync with a new console, and that team is definitely going to be doing things to try and take advantage of Series X. Let me just go over that real slowly in case you didn't completely catch it. Everything that's coming out on Xbox Series X is also coming out on the Xbox One. Now, here's why that's weird. There's a couple pieces of it. The first thing that we have to address is the fact that why is anybody going to buy an Xbox Series X?
The weirdest thing though is the idea of imagine not getting a really solid Xbox Series X game until 2022. That is a recipe for disaster. I've been alive a very long time.
Boomer!
I mean, you could just hear it in his voice, dude. He is pissed off. You could see the spit starting to swell in the corners of his mouth. This guy wants to fucking murder the head of Xbox. Like, this guy wants to burn down Microsoft HQ. But I really just don't get this anger, man. Like, why can people not grasp the idea that releasing a game on more platforms to more people is only beneficial for that game? Because guess what? That means it's gonna make more money, which is the entire point of a company releasing a game. Like, it is absolutely mind-blowing. And at the same time, they're not forcing you to go out and buy hardware to play this one game. Now, just another scenario here, because, you know, I've got to make sure these big brain boys get it through their thick skull. Now, let's go ahead and go through this scenario, okay? How many consoles are produced at the initial release of a new console? It's about 2 to 3 million units, okay? And they sell out almost immediately, and they're almost impossible to get your hands on until about March of the next year, okay? So that's about 4 months where there is 2 to 3 million consoles out there, which is the entire market cap in terms of sales for exclusive games, okay? That means that if Microsoft releases a game like Halo Infinite, they would only be able to sell 2 to 3 million copies of that game max. But if they expand that release to Xbox One and PC, that opens them up to make hundreds of millions, if not billions more dollars off of that game, which is only a positive thing for that game, because if people buy the game, the likelihood of a sequel increases, the likelihood of future content updates increases, and at the same time, it gives more people the opportunity to play that game, because instead, you know, people who want to play this new Halo game, but maybe can't get their hands on the new Xbox console because it's sold out for 5 months, you know, they can at least play the game. Yeah, it'll be in a lesser form. It won't play as good on the Xbox Series X as versus like the fucking Xbox One S or something like that. No shit. But at the same time, they're still able to play the game, and they don't have to sit there and wait and be like, yeah, I really wish I could play that Halo game, but you know, I can't get it because there's no consoles in stock. So I think this works out well. It's beneficial to everybody involved, and I really don't know how you can spend this in a negative light unless you're really trying to, which, I mean, that's pretty obvious to see what's happening here. Dreamcast guy is one of the biggest PlayStation dick riders on fucking YouTube because it's popular, dude. And a lot of other people are doing the exact same thing because PlayStation is popular. They want the PlayStation fanboy views. The best thing I can compare this to is like someone like Ali A making a bunch of Fortnite content on YouTube, okay? This guy used to cover a bunch of Call of Duty stuff. He used to play Call of Duty every single day. But when Fortnite became more popular, he switched to that content because that's what kids wanted to see. He doesn't genuinely care about the game. He probably doesn't even enjoy it anymore because he's probably sick of playing it at this point. But you know what? It gets a lot of views. People want to see it. Kids like that content. And well, he's probably making a ton of money and will probably never have to work another day in his life because of playing Fortnite. And well, let's just say that's exactly the same strategy that Dreamcast guy is trying to emulate here. Only he is trying to appeal to probably the lowest common denominator on YouTube, and that, of course, is console fanboys, regardless of what side of the spectrum they're on. The autism spectrum, that is. You know, it's just absolutely amazing. Like, you should never try to appeal to fanboys because fanboys are complete clowns, and that's exactly what he's doing here. He's promoting something he knows is completely false in order to try and get views. Dreamcast guy knows that pro PlayStation shit on YouTube gets a lot of views, which is obvious because, you know, PlayStation is the most popular console at the moment. Well, I think actually the Switch is selling way better than the PlayStation right now, but that's beside the point. You know, the PlayStation has the most consoles sold. Most people are probably more excited about the PS5 versus the new Xbox. So, you know, it's a very easy video to bash the Xbox for literally no reason other than being pro-consumer, which that's exactly what this is. It does not disvalue the new Xbox because the only reason you're buying a new console, if we are being 100% honest, is for the graphical update, because if it didn't matter, people would be making the same fucking PS2 games they were making in 2004 and just keep releasing games just like that. They would never improve the graphics. We would never have to go out and buy new hardware, but that's not the case. People want these graphical updates. They want games to look and play better, and they're going to go out and buy the new console. This is not because, you know, Microsoft decides to make 3 games that they put out in 1 year exclusive to that hardware. It's not going to happen. Like, Nintendo is probably the only company out there that can get away with that type of shit. Like, I don't know anyone I know personally who has ever gone out and bought a console to play 1 game. That's just me. Maybe your situation's different. I don't fucking know, dude. But at the end of the day, I really don't see how this is negative. Like, I don't see how you can spin this to be a negative thing. This is Microsoft literally saying, we understand that people still have an Xbox One. They may not be able to get the new console right away, but we still want people to play the games that they're excited about, like Halo Infinite. Infinite, for instance. And that to me is a positive thing because Microsoft's doing this whole like cross-generational purchases and everything. All your Xbox One games are going to carry over. I think all your original Xbox and 360 games are going to carry over as well. So they're doing a fan-fucking-tastic job with this type of shit. And it's really irritating to see some dumb fuck on the internet like this. And it's not just Dreamcast guy in this situation. There are several other videos out there. A ton of people on Twitter trying to take shots at them for this. And honestly, it's really fucking pathetic to see. But anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts on this in the comments section below. You know, next generation always riles up the crazies. And well, I have a feeling we're going to be in for some more big-brained activity as we get closer and closer to the release of the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, or I think it's just called the Xbox now. I have no fucking clue. But anyway, guys, that does it for this video today. You know, if you did enjoy it, you know what to do. Make sure to smash that like button. It does go a long way in helping this channel out because, you know, YouTube, not really a big fan of my type of content, okay? If that's not pretty obvious by the recent changes they've made to the rules and everything. So hitting that like button definitely does help me out a lot in the algorithm because, you know, YouTube doesn't really like to notify people who subscribe to your channel, and getting recommended is basically the only way you can hope to survive on this platform anymore. So if you did enjoy it, hit that like button. I would greatly appreciate it. And with that said, guys, that is gonna do it today. As always, I want to thank you all so much for taking the time out of your day to check out the video and for all the recent support as well. Make sure to click the link in the description, join my Discord, and please, for the love of God, if you find anything for me to make a video on, post it in the video suggestions. I will give you a shout out if I use your topic. So yeah, I would greatly appreciate it if you would do that. And I'll talk to you guys on Discord, I guess. I'm very active in there. But anyway, enough said. I'm just starting to ramble at this point, and this video is already long enough. So anyway, guys, I want to thank you all again so much for taking the time out of your day to check out this video, and I will catch you guys next time.